So in this video, we're going to show you how to prepare your conveyor for all the various components for our system. So the load cell, magnet sensor, and the various other sensors you're going to be using. So that involves drilling holes, taking the chain off and figuring out which roller to take out to mount the load cells.
We have this template that you can use to determine where to drill the holes to mount the load cell brackets and the load cell itself. This is very handy. You can hold it to the frame, mark the spots where you need to drill the holes, and then take it away and drill the holes and mount the load cell.
So we would say wherever the potatoes or product you're conveying and wanting to weigh, wherever they're the most settled. You don't want much rollback, you don't want too much bouncing going on. So on our conveyor here, one of the best spots we decided to put the load cells is in between this section. We're away from where the product comes out. The product comes along, has a little bit of time to settle and not roll and bounce around. And then we have a few feet of nice flat section which we can take some rollers out and put in the load cells. So the next thing for us to do is to remove the chain, peel it back a bit so we can get underneath and at the components. Remove a few rollers to attach the load cell. And because we're also showing you how to install the slide that Bill showed earlier, we're going to remove an extra set of rollers so we can show that.
The weighing system can be used on solid belt conveyors, where the belt is supported by a continuous slide or on two rollers. It can also be used on belted chain conveyors, supported by individual rollers at the edges of the conveyor. The section of the conveyor in which the load cells will be installed should be supported at both ends. The conveyor does not have to be level, since the calibration steps will account for any tilt of the conveyor. In such cases, it is necessary to add a location so that rollers mounted to the load cells end up opposite each other. Rollers before and after the load cell rollers should also be moved opposite each other.
So we've moved the chain back so we can get at everything underneath. I've removed a few rollers and we're starting to prep for our load cell. So we've done it more times than you would need to because we're showing off how the two different ways to mount the load cells. We removed our rollers back here. We added holes for the load cell brackets. We also widened the roller holes so when the load cell's mounted, nothing rubs the side. So we've done it twice because we have two systems. You'd only actually have to do it once. So we just took a hole saw and took the two holes here. We just took a regular drill and put holes here. I took a roller off back here so I can mount the slide mechanism we made. So the slide is going to pivot on the roller back here when we attach it all. And it's going to be bolted on this end, is going to be bolted to the load cell here with our widened hole. So it's going to sit on the roller and pivot on top of the load cell, much like a trap door almost, and the load cells will see all the weight. The second way we did it was the exact same way. We took a drill and made two holes for the load cell bracket. We widened the hole for a roller, but instead of the slider, we are going to mount a roller to the load cell. So now your conveyor should be prepped for mounting the load cells and the other various components. So in the next video, we're going to show you exactly how to do that and the things to watch out for while you're doing it.